Webster Water Sports crew, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Welcome along to your Super Saturday and Webster Water Sports. We've got you covered. Don't know what happened there. Anyways, let's move myself around on the screen a little bit, put myself back in the proper position. How's everybody doing? Welcome along to this absolute blockbuster. You know what? It is almost criminal that this game is on in the early afternoon. Nothing wrong with an afternoon game, of course, but I just feel like this should be the highlight of the evening. Dolphins versus the Warriors, top four battle. Both teams firmly entrenched inside the top four, and both playing finals footy this season. It's the finals come early. Dolphins versus the Warriors. Are the Warriors the real deal this season? This is the sort of game, exactly the sort of game that will answer that question. So we'll find out very, very soon. Game of Mel, ahoy there. Odd Poppet, ahoy mate. Chris Bradley, ahoy. We've got our YouTube channel members out the wazoo. So nice to have you all along. I did see that on the Discord, Odd Poppet. I was going to say, we all need to work, obviously. But it sounds like your job is very detrimental to you. But anyways, hope you have a speedy recovery, my friend. And one of the, I guess, you got to look for the positives, right? And one of the positives, you know, you do get those painkillers. Although I shouldn't advocate for, I shouldn't advocate for that, should I? Anyway. Joe Chen, ahoy mate. Go the Warriors. Judah Shivian, ahoy. Maxie Hayes, ahoy mate. Nettie says up the fins. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very, very interesting game, and I'm struggling to see how the other games this afternoon and this evening live up to this one, but we'll see. You know what happens? We talk up a game. It happens every single year. We talk up a game, and it ends up being quite dire. Certainly hope that that's not going to be the case with this one. Fingers crossed that this lives up to all expectations that I've built up in my head. Who have I got winning this one? Look, I've gone for the bookmakers upset, and I've gone for the Warriors. I know that they're going to miss Jackson Ford big time. I just feel like, I talked about it last night, the more that you win, the closer you are to a loss. The Dolphins have been on a red-hot streak, 7 in a row. That loss is coming up. Game of Mel, yes, I did end up chucking a bonus bet on Golden Point. Will there be extra time? Yes, I said. $15 to the dollar. A very worthwhile one, I do believe. So we'll see how that pans out for us. Hayes, ahoy mate. How's everybody doing? Uncle 1Z, ahoy there, mate, and Glocks Bigger. Ahoy, Dolphins 1-12, Panthers 13+, and the Storm 1-12. I do like the Storm 1-12. I've gone for the Storm tonight as well. But first things first. Warriors versus the Dolphins. Excitement for the Dolphins. I know that we've got quite a few Finn supporters lurking around. So you've got to be excited, Dolphins fans. The prospect of finals footy for the very first time. I mean, it looks like it's happening. They'd have to really, really fall off a cliff to miss out from here, wouldn't they? Here come the Warriors out onto the fields. Mitchell Barnett leading them out. And I expect this game to be tense. I expect it to be tough. And a big battle up front. that Dolphins backline's got to be a concern. Just looking through the team sheets, that backline, right? The Hammer, Jermaine Asako, Jack Bostock, Herbie Farnworth, Selwyn, Corn on the Cobbo, Cody Nikorima, and Izzy Katoa. That is smick. Max, ahoy, mate. In the multi for this one, I have gone the Hammer, Wateni Zalesniak, Corn on the Cobbo, and a little smoky for this one, Aaron Clark. Suncorp Stadium, the scene for this one, Dolphins home game. Let's get this one off and running. Looks like the Dolphins are going to be kicking off. Herbie Farnworth on a 6-game try streak against the Warriors. Now, some of those matches would surely be playing for the Broncos. So, streaks like that, you've got to factor that into it as well, although it is impressive. Here we go. The battle of the top 4. Waz versus the Fins. Let's get it started. The finals have come nice and early. And this is an absolute blessing for us. Referee blows the whistle. We're off and running. Dolphins with the kickoff. And they immediately landed on the goal line for Tamari Martin to give to Mitchell Barnett. And there's that first contact out of the way. The Warriors this Saturday afternoon. Finals intensity. Aaron Clark immediately shifts to the left, trying to catch the Dolphins by surprise. And some good progress is made upfield, just short of the 40-meter line. Capewell dummies and takes it up the middle. 3 Dolphins defenders there to greet him. Wayne Smith, ahoy, mate. Oh, geez, Wade Egan slips out of dummy half and pops the ball up. He got his foot jammed into the turf there. Tamari Martin clears from halfway, and it's taken on the full inside the 20. Here comes Cobbo winding up. And it's a good kick chase led by Stowers Smith. The Warriors have navigated their opening set. The Dolphins have a crack now. Panthers versus the Cowboys coming up next. And then the evening finishes off with the Battle of Brookvale. Manly versus the Storm. So a couple of good games in amongst there. Peter Bosch, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Keeping the lights on. Much appreciated, my friend. 5th and last for the Dolphins. They've only gone about 20 meters there off that set. Nikorima gets the kick away. Taken on the 20 by Telpiki at the back. And that was a good first defensive set from the Warriors. Peter Clark, watching from the Philippines. Welcome along, or welcome back, Peter Clark. Early territory advantage for the Warriors. We are, of course, only a couple of sets in. So very early doors. 6 again, the first one of the day. It goes to the Waz. Nicoll-Klokstad settles it down on halfway. As they march inside the Dolphins' territory. Aaron Clark up over halfway. And this is a solid start for the Warriors. Tamari Martin turns it inside for Barnett. The Dolphins, they're all over that one. Lemuelu putting the big hit in. Straight up the middle goes Egan. Almost opens up for him. Another set restart. Oh, the Warriors. This is great field position now. Full set of 6, 25 out. Bang in front of the post. Egan brings it right. Telpiki goes short, and Laban, 10 out from the line, stands in the 3-man tackle. He'll look to get a quick one away here. 10 meters out. Egan back into midfield. Martin delays the pass out the back for Clark. That's my boy. And he's just a meter out. Oh, that would have been huge. For the multi, I mean. And the game. Martin beats his man. Izzy Katoa races up out of the line, leaves space for Capewell, and Capewell's over the line. Does he get it to ground? The referee, is he going to send it up as a try? Oh, he sends it up as no try. Oh, Kurt Capewell doesn't look confident. This might be one of the all-time biggest balls ups. Kurt Capewell, one-on-one with the hammer. He reaches out. He loses it. He's lost it backwards, though. It will be... I should imagine it's going to be deemed a loose carry, though, either way, even if it did go back. Oh, the hammer has come up with a try-saver here on Kurt Capewell, who has absolutely ballsed it up, dropping the ball over the line. It would have been a dream start there for the Waz. Tamare Martin created the space. Izzy Katoa came racing up out of the line. Should have been a try. Oh, well. They've fired a shot nice and early. And credit to the hammer for making that tackle. The Dolphins now out of their own end and up over halfway. Celia, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Cheers. Larens says, I've never seen someone run backwards into open space. From 30 out now, Katoa puts the high ball up. Barnworth leading the chase. The ball deflects off the Warriors. Cobbo for the corner. Reaches out with the left arm and plants it down. Selwyn caught on the Cobbo. And the first try goes to the Dolphins. After the Warriors butcher one down the other end. How often do we see it? How often do you see it? A try gets butchered down one end. The team comes straight back down the other end and scores. Selwyn Cobbo gets a tick off our multi, at least. So there's that. Selwyn Cobbo gets himself a beer. Finishes well in that left corner. And it's the Dolphins up 4-0 after the Warriors dominated that early 6 minutes. It's the Dolphins who have the lead. Down the other end, of course, Tamare Martin did extremely well to put Capewell in a gap. Try is confirmed. Capewell couldn't finish it. And they come straight back down and score themselves, the Dolphins. And Jermaine Osako, he's bang on the sideline, but you would back him in from here for sure. I might have just put the mockers on him. Commentator's curse. But we'll see what a pickup he is for the Melbourne Storm next year. Jermaine Osako. From the sideline, bang on touch. What has he got for us here? Osako moves in, strikes it on target, puts... Oh, it's hit the upright and bounced away. It bends too much. And I did put the knockers on him. There you go. 4-0 it stays. The commentator's curse in fine form once again. Chris Sargent, ahoy mate, you picked the score last night in the Roosters and Broncos game. You had Roosters 24, Broncos 18. It paid 112 to the dollar. And you have for this game, Dolphins 20, Warriors 18. In Golden Point, I hope. Well done, mate. XJC, ahoy mate. You genuinely think the Dolphins could win the premiership? They've got a scary backline, don't they? I was going through it in the pregame. As the Warriors drop this one in short and fine touch. The Waz will get the ball back. They've dropped it in on the 20-meter line. It's bounced awkwardly and over the sideline. And the Warriors will receive the ball from the kickoff now. We talked about it in the pregame. This Dolphins backline: Hammer, Osako, Bostock, Farnworth, Cobbo, Nikorima, Katoa. Can the Warriors hit straight back, scrum down 10 metres out, right in front of the posts? Egan breaks to the left. Harris Tavita tries to put the step on, but he's brought down by Katoa. Stowers Smith in at first receiver. Very slow ball. 7 minutes gone in this one. Clark, straight up the guts. Aaron Clark, he really wants to get that try for my multi. God bless him. Clark switches direction. Martin out the back for Talpicki. Short ball for Lake Tower. And the Dolphins defense slides across here and covers off that left edge. Big open side now for the Warriors. Clark for Harris Tavita, the double pump, and he floats it over the top for Nicoll-Klokstad, who steps back in field, then goes to the outside, and he's brought down half a metre out. Fifth and last. Back for Harris Tavita. Crossfield kick. Looking for Laban. Laban gets through and wins the battle in the air, and Jacob Laban scores. Under the post, the Warriors hit back. Jacob Laban flying through the air. 4 points apiece. This is going to be a high-scoring game, isn't it? This will be a big scoring game. I hope we've all got overs. Harris to Vita drops it into the in goal. Laban over the top of Cobbo. And we've just got to make sure here. One thing to check. We've just got to check. I believe it's Wateni Zalesniak jumping over the top of Cobbo from behind. The only thing that could prevent this is if they deem that to be some sort of obstruction. Which I don't think it is, but who knows? Oh, did he get it down? Yes, he did. This will be try confirmed. Jacob Laban, 3 tries this season. And what a moment to come up with one. Knee crumbler, ahoy, mate. They're still looking at this. Try confirmed. There we go. It took them a while. Adam Pompey from right beside the post. Should be a simple conversion, even for him. I mean, no disrespect to him, but we know what's what. Pompey to give the Warriors the lead. He puts it over. It's 6 points to 4 with 10 minutes gone. And it was all down to that kickoff. Doing things a little differently. We saw the Warriors. They shifted early from inside their own 20 out to the left. Gained 20 meters off that one play. And now we've seen them drop a kickoff in short. And when I say short, I don't mean like the 10-meter high ball. They dropped it in on the Dolphins' 20-meter line and bounced it into touch. So just trying a couple of different things here. As Laban, the try scorer, takes the kickoff and then he slips, making him an easy target inside the 10. Jack Glenn, ahoy, mates. Listening from Thailand. Big defense from the Dolphins in midfield, keeping the Warriors just on the brink of their own 20. Good game so far, says JJJJJ. And it certainly has been. It's got that finals intensity. It's got that finals vibe. It's living up to expectations so far. Fifth and last, Harris Tavita from inside the 40 picks out the hammer at the back on the full. And Tabuai Fido will bring it back up the middle to Stowers Smith. It's preparing us for finals, Lucas. Yes. Cobbo gets another 10 metres. They stay short side here. Nicarima to Farnworth. Angling back in behind the play the ball, just short of halfway. They stay short side again. The hammer this time. 40 out from the Warriors line on play 4. They go back open side now for Flegler, who just shuffles it on down the line. Fifth and last. 30 metres out. Katoa puts the high ball up. Pressure here on Watene Zalesniak. It's been taken out of the air by Farnworth. Pops it over for Cobbo. Try number 2. Watene Zalesniak outleapt in the air. The Dolphins get their second. Corn on the Cobbo is loving that left edge. Oh, wait, they're going to have a look. It's gone up as no try. This has gone up as no try. They're going to have a look. Katoa puts it up, targeting Watene Zalesniak. And poor old Solglow, he didn't stand a chance here against Farnworth. And Herbie rips the ball back cleanly. Clean catch, playing on. And then he basketballs it over to Cobbo on the left edge. One-on-one with Tamate Martin. Martin drops the shoulder in legally, no less. Oh, Tamate Martin, has he copped him in the chin? Cobbo loses the ball. He's lost the ball, Cobbo. Oh, they're not going to award this, are they? They can't possibly award this. He's bounced it with his pinky. Cobbo has bounced this with his pinky. They could not possibly award this try. Knocked on over the line, so both teams now have butchered a try. 6 points to 4. It stays. Tamate Martin with a try saver. J. Lee's Mod. Ahoy, mate, up the wires. Who survive a little scare there. 6 points to 4. It stays. A try saver from Tamate Martin. To go with the Hammers try saver from earlier, both teams have now cocked one up. 0 tackle. Capewell. Dummies out to the left. And he's taken 10 short of halfway. Gets a quick play of the ball. Egan scurries off down the short side. And then back into the Dolphins half. Clint 007, ahoy, mate. Capewell goes on his second carry. And this is a better one. Gets the late offload. Back for Tulpiki. And he's flung to ground by Marshall King. 30 metres out now. Fifth and last. 46 off that set, the Warriors. It was a good one. Tamate Martin puts this one high. Hammer comes forward for it. And he claims it. But we've got a penalty to the Dolphins. The Warriors kick chase. Harris Tavita, I believe it was, coming through. And he put a shove in the back of the Hammer, pushing him off the ball. Or not the Hammer, rather, but one of the kick chasers made contact with one of the Dolphins. The end results, penalty Dolphins. Let's see, who was it? It was Aaron Clark. Clark has just run through, put the shove into the back of Francis Molo. And that just invites the Dolphin. Oh, trouble. Trouble. Izzy Katoa looks like he's been subbed off the field. That's huge for the Dolphins. Hammer pops it up for Farnworth, who slices straight through. Nicarima wrapping around. And has he got it down in that left corner? They are loving this left edge, the Dolphins. It's gone up as a try. Izzy Katoa out of the play in the background, leaving the field looking very despondent. So Cody Nikorima has just stepped up and taken control. He leaps, gets both feet up in the air, reaches back in field. He puts it down on the touchline. It's no try. This will be taken off him. Stowers Smith this time with the try saver. We have seen the Warriors save another one. Adam Sweets, cheers mate, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Dear, oh dear. Stowers Smith. A try-saving effort. Katoa has left the field injured, clutching in his wrist or forearm. Hopefully it's not a break. Here come the Warriors now. They've just saved back-to-back tries in that left corner. Oh, here we go. There's the replay. Katoa has come flying in and tried to put a hit on Pompey. And he immediately clutches at his wrist or forearm. Hopefully not a break there for Katoa, who's just come back from injury as well. Down the short side, the Warriors back into the Dolphins half. Slow play the ball here on the 5th and last. Harris Tavita from 30 out puts it high. And Hammer comes forward, bobbles it, but ultimately holds on to the ball. 10 out from their own line here, the Dolphins. But big news, they've lost their playmaker. Katoa leaving the field injured. Bostock brings it outside the 20. And this set's been slow going for the Dolphins. Flegler taken down by 3 Warriors defenders. 30 out from their own line here, the Dolphins. 5th and last. Only 26 meters gained off that set. Big kick needed. They've picked out Taupiki on the full. And he can wind up, though he drifts sideways. An easy target for Lemuelu. Witini Zalesniak taking the hit up. 6 points to 4, the Warriors leading. We've already seen three Coco Fatty Cho 10. 3 disallowed tries. There was the Capewell one, where he knocked it on over the line. There was the Cobbo one, where he knocked it on over the line. And then Nikorima, where he's planted it on the dead ball line. Barnett back into the Dolphins half. Late offload for Egan. No look pass for Stowers Smith, who goes straight up the middle. Beats Nikorima. And he's brought to ground 30 meters out, 5th and last. Quick play the ball. Martin runs it to the 20. Out the back for Lake Tower, who grubbers through for the Hammer a meter out from his own line. The Warriors starting to look very, very slick. They've eased into this game and now they're dominating territory. Barnworth plays it on his 10. Cobbo heading across field, still inside their red zone. Halfway through the set, Asako drifting sideways. The Dolphins, they've lost the ability to run forward. Bostock gets the arms free, flicks it out the back to nobody. And they've got to scramble back now, the Dolphins. The Hammer back inside the 20. A loose pass. And that's the 5th and last. They've only gained 19 meters off this set. Schneider puts the clearing kick in. Oh, and he's bounced it into touch inside the 40. The Warriors have shown no urgency to get to that ball. They've allowed Schneider to get away with a big kick there. Jeez. It's still Warriors ball, but you want to see more urgency than that. And I'm sure Webster wants to see a lot more than that as well. Up over halfway again. Martin spins out of the tackle there of Morgan Knowles. And that's play 2. Laban carries inside the 40. Halfway through the set now. The Warriors just slightly on top. Only the 2 points difference, though. Searching for more. Harris Tavita goes left for Talpicki, and now Pompey tries to step back infield, but Bostock and 2 smoking barrels all over him here, 5th and last. Harris Tavita with the crossfield kick. Batted back. Tamate Martin has Watene Zalesniak unmarked on the right. And DWZ gets his try. Ever reliable for our same-game multis. Watene Zalesniak extends the lead here for the Warriors. And it's tick number 2 off the multi. We're halfway there. Harris Tavita targeting Farnworth with the high ball. Nobody for the Dolphins competes. And Tamate Martin has an unmarked Watene Zalesniak out on the right. Beautiful try. Silences the crowds. And the Warriors lead 10-4 with the kick to come. Try confirmed. Oh, and he's pumped up, Mr. Soulglow. This has been a great first half from the Warriors. We keep asking the question, are they the real deal in season 2026? And for the time being, at least, they keep answering us. We're getting the answer. Yes, they are. So far. So far, so good. Adam Pompey from the sideline. Oh, he's put it on target. Pompey. Right down the middle. You can't believe it. Adam Pompey with probably the best conversion of his career from the sideline. I'd given him no chance. And he puts it right down the middle. 12 points to 4, the Warriors lead. Keep him coming, says TiVo, as now Cobbo leaves the field. Corn on the Cobbo, off for a HIA. The Dolphins, they're falling apart here. Like physically. Cobbo off for HIA. Onto the field comes Maxi Plath. Great player, Max Plath. That'll give the Dolphins some go forward. He only knows one way, and that's straight ahead. 12 points to 4, Warriors lead. It's a deep restart into the end goal. Tamate Martin takes it, and Barnett from the back fence. And there's Plath immediately involved in the action. Making the tackle on the Broncos-bound Barnett. I wonder, Mitch Barnett going to the Broncos. What's up with that, mate? Anyway, the Warriors, they've still got Jackson Ford. It's all good. I mean, not for this game, of course, but you know what I mean, in general for next year. Wade Egan out of dummy half, takes the tackle on the 40. Stowers Smith, a settler in midfield here for the fifth and last, just inside their own half. Martin with the clearing kick, taken on the full by Farnworth, inside his own 20. Farnworth tries to go up the middle. Barnett leads the chase. Adam Pompey's on report. I wonder if that's related to the Cobbo HIA. We'll keep an eye on that. 19 and a half remaining in this opening 40. Bostock and two smoking barrels up to the halfway. The Dolphins just struggling to get go forward. Molo up over halfway as Flegler comes off the field for a rest. Knowles on to Plath. Set restart here for the Dolphins, I believe. They needed that. Yes, they have got a set restart. Benefuiaki now, 20 out from the line in midfield. Knowles at first receiver again. For Schneider out the back. Ball battered down by the Warriors. This will be 6 more tackles. Farnworth retreats to dive on the loose ball. They lost 10 meters. Oh, it's not called 6 again. It was just a really piss-poor pass. It didn't touch a Warrior. Fifth and last. Schneider puts the high ball up. Telpicki forward for it against the Hammer. Hammer rips it away, and Capewell's there on the spot to pick it up. Referee's called a knock on, though. First one, Dolphins. It'll be Warriors ball, 10 out in front of their own posts. It was scrappy, but they've survived. 18 minutes until the break. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mates. The Dolphins, they're just struggling for go forward at the moment, the Dolphins. They're only making about 15 or 20 meters each set. Chopper, ahoy, mates. Only about 15 or 20 meters every set. It's really tough going here for the home side. And I don't know what the solution is. Flegler's not been making room. The Warriors kick early here on play 4, picking up the Hammer at the back. And he drops it off there to Asako to take the hit off. You don't want to give the Hammer too much room unnecessarily. That's for sure. Bostock. Still short of halfway. 17 minutes to go in this opening half. As Farnworth, he's looked damaging. Drops it back on the bounce here for Stone. And on the second phase, Ray Stone takes it up over halfway. Knowles goes short for Molo. 2 tackles left. A slightly better set. A 6 again. Late in the tackle count. And Schneider just settles it down here. 20 out in midfield. The Warriors, they're starting to lose their discipline a little bit. Nikorima bobbles the ball. And Capewell races up to shut him down. Saw the opportunity and seized it off that little bobble. 10 meters out from the line now. Marshall King goes left. Schneider goes the short ball. And Molo. Half a meter out here on play 4. Nikorima goes short for Farnworth. That opens up. Farnworth steps back inside Aaron Clark. Wrong foot's the big man. And the Dolphins get their second. It's Herbie. 12 points to 8. Kick to come from right beside the posts. Dear, oh dear. We go back to the set restart. The 6 again. You can't keep giving them away. The Warriors in their own half. Set restart. Set restart. Over they go. Try confirm. Turby Farnworth. Just completely wrong foot, Aaron Clark. Game of Mel. 2 ticks now, halfway through. Nice job. We're 2 ticks through as well. with Wateni, Zelezniak, and Cobbo. I probably should have gone Farnworth instead of the Hammer. I forget sometimes. In the moment, I forget sometimes. Hammer plays fullback for the Dolphins. I'm thinking that we've got like wing/center Hammer like we do for the Maroons. I'm thinking Queensland mindset when I throw the Hammer in. I see his name on the team sheet and throw him in. Jermaine Asako from right in front. Simplest of simple conversions for a kicker of his quality. And it's 12 points to 10. Gabrielle Wood. 3 ticks, 1 left. Very nice. Who's the one that you need? Spinner Shark, ahoy, mate. What a game we've got on our hands. Remember, last night I put a bet on this game for Golden Point. Will there be extra time? I said yes, 15 to the dollar. It's headed that way, isn't it? It is headed that way. Fourteen and a half minutes remaining in this opening 40. Warriors with the restart. Into the end goal for Asako. And Francis Molo runs it from the back fence. Here we go. Dimitri Valmorga ready to come onto the field. Some fresh legs for the Warriors. Exactly what they need, I think, going into this last 10 minutes. Marshall King out of dummy half. Max, you need either Asako or Nicoll-Klokstad to score. Marshall King for the Hammer. 1 out from the ruck. Takes it up to the halfway line. 5th and last here for the Dolphins. A much improved set. Schneider puts the kick down to the Warriors in goal, or just outside the goal line, for Nicoll-Klokstad to run it back, and he runs straight into Francis Molo. Drives him back a couple of meters. And the Dolphins just that momentum swing. It's gone back their way. The Warriors just, well, it's a long way out from the halftime break to just be holding on. They need to get some fresh legs out there, or they need halftime to come. 6 again. Egan catches the lazy markers. Great heads-up play there by Wade Egan. Wayne. Ahoy, mate. Wayne. Chit 99. Up over halfway now. Martin goes outside for Laban with big leg drive there. Good post-contact meters for anyone who has Laban in their fantasy squad. Clark drifts across field. Martin dummies, and he's wrapped up in midfield by Morgan Knowles. 5th and last for the Warriors. Harris Tavita puts it high. Hammer comes forward. Hammer takes it. 10 out from his own line, the Hammer. 12 minutes until the break. What a first half it's been. It's just now starting to ease up a little bit as the Dolphins get a late offload, but referee has called held. They have to go back and play it. Jonathan Manson, ahoy, mate. As onto the field comes Kurt Donahue. So the Dolphins have rolled out the subs, resisting the urge for the moment. The Warriors. Geordie, ahoy, mate. Schneider from halfway sends it deep. And it's taken by Taupiki at the back. He'll return it to the edge of the 20 over on that left side. Warriors back down in their own half. Taupiki staying down here, playing for the penalty. Clutching the side of his head. Let's have a look. Head clash. That's why he stayed down. He's not trying to milk anything. There's a head clash, so he's legitimately hurt. He's just butted heads with Fuiaki. That might be tau picky for a HIA. That's what that could be. That won't be good for the Warriors. As Valmolga, what a beast. The Warriors shifting to the right. Tomato Martin takes the line on, trying to step back inside the weak shoulder of Knowles. Well defended for the Dolphins, though, with Tenny Zalesniak. Up to halfway, fifth and last. 30 meters off that set. Harris Tavita gets the kick away. It'll be taken on the full again by the Dolphins. Asako heads back down the right edge. And there's 4 Warriors defenders there to greet him. He brings it back to the 20-meter line, does Asako. Once again, what a pickup for the Melbourne Storm, right? And let's not forget, Melbourne, they're in the race for Bronson Xerri as well. That'll be a much improved Melbourne Storm backline for next year. Jermaine Asako, Xavier Coates will be fit again, you would think. Bronson Xerri coming in. Fifth and last here. Schneider puts the high ball up. Taken by Taupiki. 10 out from his own line. He heads infield. And he's well brought down by Marshall King. Manuel Snow says, come on, Waz. We need this win to catch up to the Panthers. Well, we all know that I love the Waz, but let's be honest. There's probably very little chance of anybody catching the Panthers on the points table. Second place is just fine. Second place still means home finals. So it's all good. Nice short ball there from Clark to Iremia Tuava. And the Warriors go back to halfway. 40 meters off that set. Tomato Martin puts the high ball up. Hammer doesn't even have to move for it. It's straight down his throat. And he'll bring it back up the middle. This game has just gone through a little bit of a stalemate here as we approach the halftime break. 8.5 minutes to go. Big defense there on Fuiaki in the middle. Max says, when I see players trying to milk for a penalty, I call it a Harry Grant play. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? That's a little rough on Hazza. Out the back for Nick Karima now. The Dolphins on halfway. Almost intercepted by Wateni Zalesniak. Off the fingertips and to the turf. Soulglow was in under the posts if he held on to that. Just a reminder for those on YouTube, if you get an ad, if you get one of those unskippable ads, I only just learnt this the other day, as we've got a break in play here for the scrum. I only just learnt this the other day. When YouTube places an unskippable ad, it pauses the live stream. So after the ad's played and you come back, you're now like 30 seconds behind. So just a reminder on YouTube, if you have copped one of those unskippable ads, just go down to the timeline at the bottom and make sure that you jump forward to catch back up to us actually proper live. Because it's all about the interaction here at the Wasted World of Sports, of course. We want to make sure that you're up to date and interacting in real time. 30 meters out from the line now, the Dolphins halfway through this set. Schneider delays the pass out for Bostock. And he's tackled down on the right edge, 30 meters out from the line on play 4. Bostock staying down here. Bostock staying down, thinks he's copped a high one. Rebel nuts, ahoy mate. Let's see. Oh, he had, oh, well. Nothing in that at all. Bostock, come on, mate. Two tackles left for the Dolphins. Schneider for Lemuelu in midfield. Here's the fifth and last, 20 metres out. Schneider puts the high ball up. It's going to land on the Warriors 10. And it's taken by Big Dimitri. Warriors ball. Stephen Peake, ahoy, mate. Judar Shivian. Dan, what do you think of the main reason the Raiders are a total disaster this season? They were pretty solid last year. Well, I won't go into it too much. Well, unless you want me to talk about it at halftime. Then I can go into slightly more detail. But I think, in all honesty, Jamal Fogarty was the difference last year. His kicking game, his direction, his experience. Throw that on top of the fact that they've shifted Ethan Strange as Harris Tavita goes short for Capewell, and they're up over halfway again here. Fifth and last, 40 metres out from the line, 42-metre gain, that sets. Harris Tavita, well, that's a shocker of a kick. Although, it's awkward for Cobbo at the back, sits up for the hammer. Dolphins inside their own 20. Maori boy, ahoy, mate. Up the waz. Cobbo brings it outside the 20. And now Farnworth. Another strong carry. Oh, geez, they've nearly driven him headfirst into the turf. That would have been horrible. That would have been a man in the bin. They did very well to save that, did the Warriors. As Marshall King out of dummy half. Takes it into the Warriors' territory here on the fifth and last. Schneider puts the high ball up down the middle. Talpicki plants himself under it. And he takes it on the full. 10 out from his own line. Warriors back in possession. This game has just hit that wall. Both teams just playing it safe. Trying to invoke an error from the opposition. Nicoll-Klokstad now grabs the schnoz. And he stays down, thinking he's copped a high shot here. 4 minutes left on the clock. Well, let's see. Nothing really untoward happened there. Well, he's been grabbed around the face. There's nothing really in that. 4 minutes until halftime. Warriors leading by 2. Wateni Zalesniak. 10 short of halfway. Von Mulga for Harris Tavita. Out the back for Pompey, who spills it. Beware the broken play of the Dolphins. But the Warriors, they managed to get back and shut it down. 40 metres out now, 0 tackle. The Dolphins have a chance here. There's the mistake. It's the Warriors who have broken. And here come the Dolphins, full of running. Donahue, 20 out from the line. He'll just take the tackle. Sets it up here in midfield. Nicarima turns it back for Farnworth. Heads up the middle, Herbie. 10 metres out in front of the posts. Looks for a quick play of the ball. Doesn't get it. Plath right for Schneider. Floats it over the top for Asako. And Asako tries to run over the top of Nicoll-Klokstad, who stands his ground. 10 metres out now, the Dolphins. Back into midfield for Nicarima. Now Farnworth. Nowhere to go. The Warriors have manned up and kept their defensive line intact for now. Fifth and last. Marshall King goes right for Schneider. Puts it into the in goal, and it's an easy take. Oh, that's a poor kick from Schneider. 7 tackle set now for the Warriors. Oh, Nicarima with the one-on-one steal. The Dolphins have got it straight back. Numbers down the left. The Warriors race across to shut it down. The mistakes are creeping in here, approaching the halftime break. Schneider to Plath, who takes it 15 metres out in front of the posts. Nicarima Turning it back inside for Corn on the Cobbo. 2 left here for the Dolphins to steal the lead going into the break. Schneider for the hammer. They've got 3 on 2. Bostock for Asako. Asako for the corner. He gets it down. Dolphins lead at the halftime break. Too many mistakes from the Warriors at the back end. Jermaine Asako scores. 14-12, kick to come. And they just gave the Dolphins too many opportunities. You just can't keep giving opportunities like that. A minute to go until the halftime break. Unbelievable. The Warriors, they played such a great half of footy. Then to let it slip. Disappointing. Disappointing. Ball security was poor, indeed. Dear, oh dear. Has he got it down, Asako? Yes, he has. What a finish. Max, all try scorers hit in the first half. Best feeling right now. Thank you, Cody. Well done, Max. Yeah, this has been a really poor end to the half for the Warriors. Jonathan Manson says the last 10 minutes possession, 65% to 35 in favor of the Dolphins. And they will take the lead into the halftime break. Asako from the sideline. It's bending. It bends back. Somehow it did like a... Okay, the only way I can describe this is a double bend. He started it out to the right. It fades across the face of the post, and then somehow it switches directions in midair. Ultimately, he's put it down the middle. 16 points to 12. The Dolphins. Josh, ahoy, mate. You're still pretty new to rugby. Can I help? I can try. I can try and help explain something as the Warriors. A low, flat restart. And that will be the halftime break. 16 points to 12. The Dolphins. What a half of footy. Finals worthy. It was a little bit of a dire sort of final 10 minutes up until that last try by Asako. It was all pretty quiet. Both teams kind of went into their shell a little bit. Nobody wanted to make the first mistake. It was the Warriors who started to try and play footy, and ultimately they came up with mistakes, dropped balls, poor ball security, invited the Dolphins who didn't come out of their shell to take the lead into the break. But that's okay. 16 points to 12 at the break. The Warriors can get into the sheds. They can regroup. I feel like they might. Now, I'm not privy to any of the inside information, but I feel like the Dolphins used more substitutes in that first half. The Warriors maybe have just done the right thing in that sense and have kept some fresh legs up their sleeve for the back end of the game. Obviously, giving up that try right on the stroke of halftime, not ideal. Captain Obvious, right? Not ideal to give that away and give up the lead, but yeah, I feel like they might be playing the long game here. They were clearly out of gas at the back end of the first half, but Webster resisted the urge for mass changes. I feel like they're keeping some subs up the sleeve for late in this contest. 16 points to 12 at the break. So, Josh, Why do some players wear rugby boots, but some wear football/soccer boots? I can't say that I've really noticed. The only thing that maybe I could say, if there is a difference in boots, I've got to be honest, I've not noticed a difference in anybody's boots, to be perfectly honest. I just remember, like, so back when I played, forwards and backs would have different types of boots. They were all still rugby boots. I don't think anybody to my knowledge, any of my teammates anyway, bought soccer or football boots. But there was a clear difference in just the shape and the fit of, if you were playing in the front row, for example, you want something a bit sturdier for when you're packing into scrums and all that. And if you're the kicker, you maybe want something. I remember always wanting something a little bit more slick, and when I was doing the kicking, you didn't want any sort of curve, or I didn't anyway. I didn't want any sort of curve on the inside of the boot, because I changed my boots once, and yeah, I was just skewing the ball everywhere. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I can't say that I've noticed, Josh. Kelly Hona, ahoy there. Waz backline looks mediocre. Jason Callaway, this game is being played at Suncorp Stadium. Wayne says sooner Canterbury field another NRL team, the sweeter. I still stand by my call that I think the Warriors need to win the competition. Personally, I think the Warriors need to win the comp before New Zealand looks at a second team. Just me personally. C52 Cora, can the Dolphins win this one? Oh, of course they can. I mean, they are leading at the halftime break, so can they win and will they win are two very different questions, aren't they? Two very different questions with potentially different answers. Yeah, absolutely, they can win. They've won 7 in a row so far, so going for number 8 on the trot. Michael, ahoy, mate. Don't forget, we've still got a big afternoon/evening of footy to come. Panthers versus the Cowboys will be the next game. And then the big Battle of Brookvale. Manly versus the Storm. The Storm without Jerome Hughes. Massive. Massive. That is a big, big absence. A big absence. Jay Leishman. I think the Cowboys will just win this one. Well, interesting that you raised that point, Jay Leishman, because if there is a team that can trouble the Panthers, it is the Cowboys. Just something about the way that the Cowboys play. A really unstructured, heads-up style of footy that can trouble the Panthers from time to time. Eric's 23, you tipped the Warriors. Surely they win this game. Yeah, I feel like the back end of this game will be telling. I can't say this with any authority whatsoever. I can only say what I feel like I've observed. I feel like the Warriors are slightly better positioned in the substitute front. which suggests to me that they might be in line for a stronger finish to this contest. I feel like they've held troops back on purpose, and they'll be better suited at the back end of the game. But anyways, I mean, we'll find out soon enough, won't we? We are going to find out. Knee Crumbler says they need to roll out Stacey Jones for one more try. Oh, wow. That's, now that's winding back the clock, isn't it? Stacey Jones. There's a reason I say that, Wayne. There's a reason I say that. If you bring a second team into the competition, then you immediately, I mean, just look what, the Broncos are a prime example. Now, I realize the Broncos did just win a comp last season, but I'm just looking at the Broncos moving forward. The Dolphins came into the competition, another Queensland team, spreads the talent even further. I just think if they don't have the talent to have won the competition, do you really want to be stretching that even further across the second team? I mean, I don't want to be a party pooper here, but yeah, I think the Warriors need to win a comp or two before they go dilute. Because let's face it, rugby union is still rugby union. New Zealand is still rugby union territory. Still. If you're a junior coming through the ranks, you want to play for the All Blacks. Still, to this day. There is a little bit of change in the air surrounding that, and the more success that the Warriors have, the more that will continue. But rugby league is a long way away. And I don't know. I just can't justify it myself, personally. I can't justify it. I cannot justify a second team when one team hasn't even won yet. But hopefully this year is the year. Hey, if this year is the year, all bets are off the table. The Warriors are looking like the real deal in 2026. And if they can ice that premiership, the hype will create the perfect opportunity to expand. Knee Crumbler says they should just make another Warriors team and call them the Wars. And how about this for an idea? The two Wars teams should get combined points in the competition ladder. You see where I'm going with this? The two Wars teams, the Warriors and the Wars, get combined points on the competition ladder. So unless they're just horrible, they should always finish on top. Boy. I'm sure that every other team in the competition would go for that. They'd sign off on that for sure. No questions asked. Oh, boy. I'm not used to still being here, to be perfectly honest. I normally take off at halftime and have a little bit of a break. I've got no idea what to do. I'm like a deer in headlights right now. What do we talk about? All right, I do need to have a quick break. We'll be back for the second half action coming up here on the Waste of Water Sports. Thanks for being with us so far. And we'll be back shortly. I'm just wondering, we'll start a new stream, I think, on TikTok. Up the Wars. All right. Be back in a couple of minutes. Can the Warriors keep it up in the second half? All right, Webster Water Sports crew. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway here in this one. Let's see. Have the Warriors kept the reserves up their sleeve like I think they have? That was my suspicion. Have they kept the subs up their sleeve? Will they be fresher going into the back end of this game? We're about to find out. Teams are out for the second half. Let's go. Warriors, Dolphins, 16 points to 12 at the halftime break in favor of the home side. The Dolphins. Finals footy, come early. We're absolutely loving it. Second half about to get underway. And it's the Warriors who have the kickoff. This is a very, very crucial game, isn't it? Referee blows the whistle. We're off and running here in the second half. And again, they drop it in kind of short, the Warriors. That is a tactic, clearly. This time they don't get the bounce. The Dolphins do have possession inside their own 20. Big defense from Kurt Capewell and Adam Pompey as Plath now takes a carry up the middle. 16 points to 12 going into the halftime break. Lemuelu fights his way up to the 40. Good post-contact beaters. 10 short of the halfway line. Donahue takes the fifth and last. And the Dolphins navigate their first set. Schneider kicking downfield, sends it deep to the 10, taken by Nicoll-Klokstad on the full. He gives it in field for Talpicki, gets away from Nicarima and brings it outside the 20. A nice kick return. Wateni Zalesniak now stays down that right flank. Late tower. Caught in midfield. Halfway through the set now, the Warriors. Vomolka, head down, bum up. Just short of halfway. 2 tackles left, and Nicoll takes it into the Dolphins half. An impressive opening set here from the Warriors. 49 metres gained. And Harris Tavita will kick for the corner. Backing up for it. Asako takes it on the full. And it's a good kick chase. They've held him up and driven him backwards. Referee calls held. 10 out from their own line now, the Dolphins. Bostock runs into a wall of Warriors defense. The hammer brings it outside the red zone for the Dolphins. Cobbo now goes straight at Tamate Martin. Picked him out from a mile away. And now he's lost the ball, Cobbo. Big defense from Jacob Laban forces the mistake. And the Warriors have a shot nice and early. Great start to the second half. Aggression in the defense from Laban. Flinging Cobbo to the ground, and he coughs the ball up. What a fantastic effort. And here's an opportunity. Tizzo, ahoy, mate. Warriors have the scrum 30 metres out over on that right edge. Jacob Tupana, watching all the way from PNG. Port Moresby, welcome along, Jacob. As the Warriors now looking to level us up. Numbers out to the right. Late Tower, though, steps back in field. And Cody Nicarima there with Farnworth to hold him up. 10 metres out from the line on play 2. Egan dummies. And he's chopped down. 5 out from the line. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Marshall King disrupting the play of the ball area. Capewell gets turned back inside. 5 metres out. 2 tackles left. Vomolga. A metre out. Right in front of the post. 5th and last. Egan goes to the right for Martin. Oh, the pass was meant to go out the back. And they've coughed it up here. The Warriors just got the execution wrong. That would have been a dream start to the second half. I believe the pass was supposed to go out the back. The decoy runner ultimately ended up unexpectedly copying it on the chest. Tizzo, you're on scotch tonight. Very nice. Now, I've actually made a switch to the bourbons today. Chris Sargent, ahoy, mate. Oh, as the Dolphins break up the middle. Hammer gets the offload. Farnworth with quick hands. Oh, Lemuelu had nobody to pass to, so he straightens and breaks the line himself. 10 metres out now, the Dolphins, front foot ball. They've got them skinned to the right here. Nicoll-Klokstad needs to send it. Schneider cuts back in field, runs in behind his own man, and they've run out of options there. The Dolphins, they've blown it. Fifth and last, 10 metres out. It's still on, though. Nicoll-Klokstad to the line. Flat pass for Lemuelu. Pops it up, and the ball is punched over the sideline. They might get it back here, the Dolphins. Herbie Farnworth claiming the touch. They're going to have a look. Referee says we'll have a look. I feel like this ball might have been deflected off the Warriors, and they'll be under more pressure. Chris Sargent can't wait to see the general back for the Tigers. Adam Dewey, Sunday's game against Newcastle. I've gone the Tigers. I really have. I've gone the Tigers in that one. Oh, Herbie's tried to flick this. Okay. Herbie's tried to bat it back. I don't know that Watene Zelezniak's got any touch on this. It does. Oh, the bunker. The bunker has seen something that we haven't. And the Dolphins' challenge is successful. Knock on against Watene Zelezniak. A full set of 6 for the Dolphins. 10 metres out from the Warriors' line. Oh, this is a big moment. This is a big moment. Here they go, the Dolphins. Stone settles it down in midfield here. 10 metres out in front of the posts. Donahue dummies out to the right. He'll take it up the middle. Another settler. 6 again. Marshall King breaks to the left. Schneider throws a very flat pass across the face. It's called forward. It's called forward. You could see out of the hands it was very flat. And the referee has called it forward. The Warriors off the hook. Oh, Bradley Schneider. Terrible. What a massive let-off that is for the Wars. They have the scrum 10 out from their own line. 40,465 here at Suncorp Stadium. That is a hell of a crowd for a Dolphins game. Really, really impressive. 7 minutes gone in the second half. 16 points to 12. The Dolphins lead. Egan is tipped up there by Maxi Plath. 10 short of halfway now, the Warriors. With Nia Kore. Fifth and last, Harris Tavita gets the kick away downfield. Cobbo backing up for it, or Asako rather. He takes it on the full, and Asako back into midfield on the 20. Jason Callaway, actually, I'm surprised the Dolphins supporters have really come out in force. As now Lemuelu goes through a gaping hole. Nicoll-Klokstad lurking up in support. And a great tackle from behind by big Dimitri von Molga. Shuts the play down, but the Dolphins, they're starting to expose the Warriors' edges. 30 out from the line in midfield. Donahue gets away from the tackle of Harris Tavita. Inside the 20. Support from Marshall King. Capewell with the try saver. 10 meters out in front of the post. The Dolphins are just cutting them to ribbons now. Schneider passes to nobody. Bostock picks it up on the bounce. And he heads back in midfield. 5th and last. They're ripping them open everywhere now, the Dolphins. Plath steps back in field. It's the 5th and last, Maxi. Oh, it's a handover. He's taken it to ground. Disappointing end of set. The Warriors hold on again. They are getting opened up on that right defensive edge. As Capewell looking a little ginger in back play. Warriors trapped inside their own 10-meter line. Nicoll-Klokstad out to the 20. We still need the hammer. We still need Aaron Clark as Barnett stands in the tackle, getting the Warriors some go forward. He's got to step up now, Barnett. Lead from the front. He's been outplayed by Jackson Ford for the most part. From inside the 40, the clearing kick down to Asako on the full again. Asako stays down the tram lines. Celia, thank you very much for the finger heart. Whatever a finger heart is. Honestly, TikTok. TikTok with the most bizarre gifts, isn't it? But yes, cheers, Celia. As the Dolphins now 10 short of the halfway line. Nicarima to the hammer. Pops it up for Farnworth. Back in field for the hammer. Oh, they're absolutely skinning them down that left edge. Marshall King goes again. Gets the offload. Back in midfield. 10 gone in this second half. And now Cody Nicarima down in back play. The Dolphins have already lost Izzy Katoa. And now Cody Nicarima is down in back play. Bostock steps inside Pompey. One to beat. Puts the grubber kick through. It sets up for Asako. And that's a try for the Dolphins. Oh, they're opening them up everywhere now, the Dolphins. Jermaine Asako gets the try. Dear, oh dear. The Dolphins, they're making line breaks on the left, line breaks up the middle, line breaks to the right. And they are well on top now, the Dolphins, well on top. Katoa off the field, injured. But they haven't lost anything in attack. Well, they have. Brad Schneider's not been great, but Nicarima has just gone up a gear. Cody Nicarima has taken this game by the scruff of the neck. Oh, the Warriors, they're under the pump now. Jermaine Asako gets a double. 20 points to 12 with the kick to come. Try confirmed. Dear, oh dear. They are just finding gaps everywhere now, the Dolphins. Cody Nicarima's back up and about. He's fine. But yes, it's Izzy Katoa who left the field in the first half injured. Raced up out of the defensive line to put a hit on Adam Pompey. As Asako from out wide pushes it across the face of the posts. He's missed. 20 points to 12, it stays. Unbelievable. Yeah, so Izzy Katoa raced up out of the defensive line to put a hit on in the first half. And he sort of repelled away from the contact, clutching at his wrist or his forearm. Hopefully it's not a break. I haven't heard anything as far as an update goes. I mean, it's probably one of those situations where he'll wait to get scans on Monday. So we'll have to wait and see the update on Isaiah Katoa injured in the first half, but Cody Nicoll-Klokstad has taken this game by the scruff of the neck. Gary Poulter. Ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Wasted World of Sports. Alternative commentary each and every weekend. Nicoll-Klokstad turns it inside here. The Dolphins up on halfway. Marshall King goes short for Donahue, who almost overruns the ball. Fifth and last on halfway. Schneider gets the kick downfield. Taken on the full at the back by Nicoll-Klokstad. And he will be tackled on the 20-meter line. Jason Callaway, you've seen a game, Brisbane and Warriors at Suncorp Stadium. And there were more Warriors supporters. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I feel like the Warriors supporters have actually been outnumbered here today. The Dolphins fans have done extremely well because everywhere that I've personally gone, whenever I've physically gone to a game that involves the Warriors fans outnumber the locals probably 2-1, right? But the Dolphins have done well here at Suncorp. Oh, Tamate Martin's been cleaned up after the kick. No penalty as the hammer takes it down. Jeez. That was walking a fine line there. The hit on Tamate Martin after the kick. And now Corn on the Cobbo fights his way up outside the 20-meter line. Dolphins on top early in the second half. Asako taken down. 30 out from their own line. Schneider goes short for Bostock. Bends the line on halfway. Capewell making the tackle. They've played it to nobody, and Capewell dives on the loose ball for the Warriors. Oh, a brain fart of all brain farts there for the Dolphins. Bostock bends the line, plays the ball quick, but there was no dummy half. Here we go, the Warriors. You feel like they've got to answer here. Again, I feel like their time will be the back end of this game. I feel like Webster's held the substitutes back and they'll have the freshest legs at the back end. But, of course, if you go with that game plan, you've got to make sure that you're within distance. Tamate Martin drifting across field. Goes short for Pompey. Running off that left shoulder. Fifth and last. 37 meters gained off that set. They're 15 out. Harris Tavita fires the pass across to Vormonga, who puts the grubber kick through. Looks for it to set up for Taupiki, but Cobbo gets there. Corn on the Cobbo. Put his body on the line. And he comes up with it. Dolphins inside their own 10. The momentum just slightly shifting here. Oh, now they've given away a penalty. The Warriors. Discipline out the window. The momentum was just starting to shift back in the favor of the Warriors. And they go and give away a penalty on tackle 2 inside the Dolphins' red zone. Schneider puts it into touch, 10 short of halfway. What a huge let-off. The Warriors are self-destructing here. Self-destructing. 6-7 GTA. Katoa went off injured in the first half. He raced up out of the line to put a hit on Pompey. And it seemed fairly innocuous at the time, but yeah, he went in and he made the tackle and he immediately pulled away from the contact, clutching his wrist or forearm. Somewhere around that wrist/forearm region. So hopefully not a break for Qatar as the Dolphins cough the ball up. 30 out for play on, says the referee, and Farnworth goes straight up the middle to score. You're joking. Now the Dolphins, surely they've knocked this ball on. Adam G's going to have a look. He sends it up. No try. He has sent it up. No try. Oh, this could be a big moment. This could be a massive moment. Here we go. Schneider heading to the left. Gives it to Lemuelu, who Jeez, has this ball deflected off a Warrior? Lemuelu looking to pass it back inside. Knocked down by the Warriors. Oh. It's going to be no try. No try. As we just get a shot of Izzy Katoa on the sideline in a sling. Izzy Katoa in a sling on the sideline. Scrum down Warriors. 25 out from the line. Herbie Farnworth got across the line, but he's already scored one tonight, Herbie. He doesn't need a double. Warriors, they've been handed a reprieve on this occasion. 20 points to 12, Dolphins leading. Clark goes up the middle, 10 short of the halfway line. Looks to play it quickly. Watene Zelezniak limping off the field. As Laban takes it up into the Dolphins half. Watene Zelezniak off the field. Harris Tavita comes left. Dummies. He's cut down by Schneider. 40 out from the line. Capewell into dummy half. Goes down the short side. Tuava picked up and dumped in the tackle by Asako. On the fifth and last, they've made 53 meters. That's set, though. 25 out from the line. Harris Tavita kicks straight into the face of Max Plath. 6 more tackles for the Warriors. Tamade Martin. 35 meters out in midfield. Plays the ball. Volmoga. He spots space up the middle. Back in behind the ruck area. And he takes it inside the 20. Watene Zelezniak limps off. High fives on the bench. We're starting to see some players injured now. This finals intensity. They're paying the price. 5 out from the line now. Warriors, 2 tackles left. Tamade Martin. Grubbers in behind. But it sits up for the hammer. And Tabuai Fado takes the tackle a metre out from his own line. Bostock now out of dummy half. There were no markers. He brings it out to the 20. Still a quarter of this contest left to go. Slow play the ball for Schneider in at dummy half. The Dolphins with 2 tackles left. Farnworth. 10 short of halfway. Ducks under 1. Beats a second. Late Tower comes back at him. And he's brought down on halfway here on the 5th and last. Schneider puts the kick downfield. Taken by Nicoll-Klokstad inside the 10. And CNK will bring it back to the edge of the red zone for the Warriors. 21 and a half minutes left to play. 8 points the difference. What a game we've had. I still need the hammer for my multi. And my smoky was Aaron Clark. Warriors up to the halfway line. And Clark put on his back, 5th and last. Tamade Martin. They've decided to run it here, the Warriors. Cut out pass to the right. Laban for Lake Tower. Pompey puts the kick over the top. Taken on the full. Warriors over the line, but look at the Dolphins jerseys there to hold him up. The Warriors have nearly pulled this one out of the bag. Deciding to run it on the 5th and last. Pompey puts the kick in. Taken on the full by Taupiki. And look at all those Dolphins jerseys. Well, the Warriors are about to get the ball back, though. Are they? I don't know. Mitch Barnett's walking around with the ball in back play. Oh. Cobbo's coughed it up. That's why. Born on the Cobbo's dropped the ball on play one. They were still showing replays, but play had gone on. Now, space out to the left. Nicoll-Klokstad's unmarked. And CNK will drift across the line and score on that left edge. Boy, the TV broadcast was showing a replay of the Warriors running it on the 5th and last. We missed Cobbo taking the tap and dropping the ball. The Warriors get a scrum 10 metres out in front. And a simple 3-on-2 overlap is created. They put it through the hands. And Charnze Nicoll-Klokstad will score out wide. 20 points to 16, kick to come. Harris Savita with the double pump. Drew in the outside man. Created that 2-on-1. Oh, it's game back on. Game back on. Adam Pompey from the left touchline starts it out to the right, bends it back. Conversion is successful. Oh, he's got his kicking boots on tonight, Pompey. It's 20 points to 18. Now we're seeing the Warriors supporters up in the crowd. And there's a lot of them. 2 points the difference. What a game this is turning into. Finals footy has come early. Here we go. Dolphins with the restart. They send it deep into the in-goal. And Barnett from the back fence. 20 points to 18. Remember, last night, we did put that cheeky little wager on Golden Point. This game has been paying out from the sounds of it. Game of Mel's won the multi. Clint 007 has got his multi. The Wars are back in this contest. Capewell stands in the three-man tackle. 30 out from their own line. Out of dummy half, Healy finds space. Cut down by Francis Molo, just short of the halfway line. Front foot ball here for the Warriors. Varmolga into the Dolphins half. This has been a great set of 6 after points. Martin kicks from halfway. The high ball. Not a lot of distance on it. And it's been lost by Pompey. Adam Pompey takes the ball uncontested and then drops it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Adam. Bloody hell. Dolphins, what a let-off that is. Adam Pompey, uncontested. The Dolphins stood back and said, "You can have it, mate." And he drops it still. Just a reminder for those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us first and foremost, of course. But just a reminder on YouTube, if you've been getting ads, unskippable ads, I only just learnt this the other night. Unskippable ads pause the stream. So you're probably actually behind right now. Check the timeline down the bottom if you have copped one of those ads. And oh, that's a huge forward pass from Lemuelu back to the Hammer. Hammer was in under the sticks, but it's about 5 meters forward. And the Warriors will get the ball back here on halfway. Hammer's in my multi, so that would have been good. But yeah, about 5 meters forward. Yeah, so if you have copped ads on YouTube, do check the timeline down the bottom and just make sure that you're, I don't know why they do it that way, but just YouTube being YouTube, I guess. But yeah, skip forward and catch up to us for that live on the second interactivity that we love so much here at the Wasted World of Sports. "15 minutes to go in this one. Philip Lipo. I hope I said that correctly, but welcome along, Philip. Ahoy, mate. First timer. Welcome along, Wasted World of Sports, alternative commentary for the NRL. Down the short side, Capewell takes it up to halfway. 15 minutes to play, 2 points the difference. Barnett needs to lead from the front, but he's been a little quiet again, Mitch Barnett. I do wonder, honestly, if the Broncos are starting to have some buyer's remorse as Val Mulga bends the line. He's the forward leader. Clark drifting across field, goes out the back for Taupiki. Short ball for Capewell. Fifth and last now for the Warriors. 20 metres out from the line. Martin puts the high ball up. Taupiki racing through. Pressure on the hammer. Tane Taupiki comes down with it. Hammer coughs it up. It's knocked on by the Dolphins here, surely. What's the referee going to say? He's going to have a look. Referee says, we're going to play it safe here. This is an important moment. We'll have a closer look at this. Looked to be a knock on by the hammer. Warriors have lodged this captain's challenge. 14 minutes left to play. Anybody's game. Warriors kick chase onside. Hammer, a metre out from his own goal line, attacks the ball. It's fullback on fullback here. Hammer versus Taupiki. Fair run to the ball. Taupiki versus the hammer. It's a clean contest. Oh, Taupiki's taken his eyes off it. But he's taken the ball cleanly anyway. And then the hammer. Tackle's complete. The bunker has said tackle's complete. Hammer did rip the ball away and spill it forward, but the tackle's been completed. Geez, they've got away with one there, the Dolphins. They have got away with one there, the Dolphins. "14 minutes left to play. Dolphins ball. Bostock driven back by Barnett and Vormolga. Still 10 out from their own line here, the Dolphins. Penafuiaki. We've gone back to that first half where they've started to drift sideways. They're running at 45-degree angles. Well, not this man, Francis Molo. He goes straight. The Dolphins up towards halfway now. 10 short on the fifth and last. K Flock, Wasted Water Sports, live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and live on TikTok. The kick taken on the full at the back by Taupiki. We have got 13 minutes to go. 2 points the difference. What a game. Has this game, or has it not, lived up to expectations? XJC says, the guy from the chat room earlier that said 20 points to 18 Dolphins way, is he from the future? Quite possibly. I mean, I don't want to get deep and meaningful here, but I do reckon time travel exists. We probably do have time travelers in our midst. As Healy fends away from 1, 2, and he's brought down by Schneider, 30 metres out from the line, fifth and last. Harris Tavita for Tamate Martin to put the high ball up, looking for Pompey out on the right. And it's an easy take for Cobbo in the end. Well, they didn't even really chase in the end there, the Warriors. Farnworth brings it outside the 20. Stower Smith holds on, risking giving away a 6 again there, or even worse, a penalty. 30 metres out in midfield, halfway through the set here, the Dolphins. Hammer in at first receiver. Crawls outside the 40-metre line. Knowles goes short for Molo. Into the Warriors half. 5th and last. Schneider gets the kick away. It's not very deep. Taupiki comes forward for it and takes it cleanly outside the 20. 11 minutes 40 to play. Oh, why is this game so tense? I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Both teams, I think, will still be in the finals no matter what. But the Warriors... Oh, Cobbo has come racing up to put the hit on. A big shot there on the Warriors. Stowers Smith takes it up over halfway here on the 5th and last. Still going, Stowers Smith. Good post-contact meters. Harris Tavita puts the high ball up. And it's an easy take at the back for the Hammer. And he tries to put the step on Tamate Martin. Brought down just short of the 20-meter line. Asako for Cobbo. Runs into big contact from Laban. Nikorima out to the left. 10.5 to play. Anybody's ball game, this one. The Dolphins just ahead at the moment. Plath for Schneider. Schneider takes himself out of the 5th tackle option now. He's been brought to ground by Capewell and Clark. 5th and last, so Nikorima, I guess, to do the kicking. Yes. From halfway, Nikorima puts the banana kick up, but it's taken on the fall by Taupiki. And this is great field position, Warriors. 10 minutes left to play. They're almost up to the 40. Nicoll-Klokstad gets them there. 9 minutes 50 left. Oh, God, I haven't started the clock from ages ago. Halfway through the set now, the Warriors. Barnett. There's 9.5 minutes left, everyone. I'm an idiot who forgets to start the clock every single time there's a break in play. I can't help that. Harris Tavita takes tackle 4, 35 meters out. Now it's the 5th and last. Tamate Martin puts the high ball up. Hammer forward for it. Takes it well. Capewell can't make the tackle. And the Hammer brings it outside the 20. The Dolphins, they're stuck in their own half, but they're on top. 9 minutes remaining. Corn on the Cobbo. Makes some meters up the middle. Flegler back on the field. Brings it outside the 40. Second half completions. 65% from the Dolphins. That's abysmal. Plath goes up the middle. He could turn things around on his own, Maxi Plath. 5th and last, Schneider puts the high ball up. Nicoll-Klokstad under pressure. Lost forward by Bostock and Taupiki's in space. Oh, taken down by Schneider at the back. Tang Taupiki on the kick return. Brings it up to the 30. And it's front foot ball now for the Warriors. Bostock nearly wins the game for the Dolphins. Numbers out to the right. Tamate Martin steps back in field and straight up the middle. One to beat. He needs support. Oh, great ankle tap from Farnworth. Now it's still alive for Leitower. And Farnworth brings him down 10 out from the line. Numbers out the wazoo to the left. It's set restart for the Warriors. Harris Tavita for Capewell. Gets on the outside of Schneider. And he pops the pass up. The tackle's made 10 meters out. Full set of 6 here. Here come the Warriors. Barnett back into midfield. Takes on Plath. And he's brought to ground by Marshall King eventually. 5 meters out, right in front of the posts. Healy for Clark. Aaron Clark tries to crash over. A meter out from the line here on play 3. Stowers Smith for Martin. Dummies out to the left as the Dolphins race up and shut that play down. 2 tackles left, 7.5 minutes remaining. Barnett on the crash ball. That's the 5th and last. Healy goes right. Tamate Martin out the back for... Oh, that's a mile forward from Leitower. The Dolphins' defense racing up to put pressure on. And Ali Leitawa throws it about 10 metres forward. The Dolphins hold on. Oh, the Warriors. I tell you, they've had their opportunities. They have had their opportunities. Herbie Farnworth, I think, has saved the day there. That ankle tap. The ankle tap. Oh, Webster's up. Webby's up and he's out of the coach's box. The Dolphins cough it up. Warriors have it back. 20 out from the line. The Dolphins spill it on play one again. Not for the first time in this half. 0 tackle Warriors. Taupiki takes on Nikorima. And Lemuelu gets in there to help out. 5 metres out from the line on this right edge. Tackle 1. Healy at first receiver. Short ball now for Barnett, who bursts through. Barnett reaches out. Can he get the ball down? No, he can't. He's held up over the line. Mitch Barnett held up over the line. He'll take it back to the 10 metres to play it. Six minutes to play. Stower Smith put on his back halfway through the set. Oh, this is stressful. Healy goes right for Tamate Martin. Out the back for Taupiki. Bumps off the tackle of Cobo. Fights away from Nikorima. 5 metres out from the line. Tackle 4. The Dolphins defence holding on. Clark goes short for Barnett again. Can't get the arms free. 5th and last. Right in front of the posts. Healy dummies and goes on his own. Healy fights his way to the line and scores. Sam Healy breaks this game open. Off the bench, the number 14, Sam Healy puts the Warriors ahead. 22-20, kick to come from right beside the post. Warriors lead. 5 minutes to play. Oh, by God. Sam Healy from dummy half. Hammer's there. Flegler's there. He still fights his way through 3 Dolphins defenders. Sam Healy. Can they finish the job now? 4.5 minutes to play. They'll be up by 4 points. They'll be leading by 4. Conversion is right beside the posts. Sam Healy, built like a matchstick, fights his way through 3 Dolphins defenders, 2 forwards, and the hammer. He had absolutely no right to score that try. Samuel Healy. 22-20, kick to come. Adam Pompey from right beside the posts takes a glance up at the scoreboard, checking the timer. Pompey puts it down the middle. Conversion successful. The Wales lead 24-20. 4 minutes to go. Whoa. Can they finish the job? They just have to defend. They just have to defend. Probably, what? Dolphins will get maybe 2 sets of 6, 3. Dolphins go short with the restart. Pompey bats it back into the hands of the Dolphins. Oh, the Dolphins have it. That's the worst possible result here for the Warriors. Hammer in at first receiver for Flegler. 25. What's happened to my hair? 25 meters out from the line. Flegler takes tackle 2. 6 again. Oh, they're going to be under the pump. 20 meters out. Plath takes the tackle. Marshall King for Schneider. They head right. Hammer drops it back inside for Finafuiaki. 10 meters out in midfield. 4 tackles left. Numbers out to the left here for the Dolphins. It's a loose pass, though. Cobbo picks it up. Cobbo goes straight through and scores. Caught on the Cobbo. Levels us up. Jermaine Asako with a conversion attempt to steal the lead. Cobbo gets another. Oh, the Warriors, they had the lead. They just had to get the ball back and close this game out. 24 all, kick to come. And it's Jermaine Asako, for crying out loud. Surely he kicks it. Surely he kicks it. It's Jermaine Asako. Caught on the Cobbo. Too much power. That loose pass. The Warriors, they had this game in their grasp. This is the Panthers all over again. This is the Panthers game all over again. They had the game in their hands. They just needed to secure the ball and close it out. They cough it up from the kickoff, and the Dolphins score. Here we go. What a moment. Jermaine Asako, of all the people that you want taking a conversion to take the lead with 3 minutes left to play, this is the man that I'm going to 99 times out of 100. 24 apiece, kick to come. This is the man I'm going to every single time. Asako, 5 meters in from this left touchline. He'll start it out to the right. He'll bring it back. Asako moves in. Asako starts it out to the right, fades it back through, and the Dolphins lead. 2 minutes left to play. 26-24. Now the Warriors will go short with the kickoff. Can they get the ball back? The Warriors, they had the game in their hands. An unbelievable slip. 2 minutes left. The Warriors, they'll go short. They have to. It's a beautiful kick. It's contestable. Bostock takes it. Bostock and 2 smoking barrels brings it down for the Dolphins. And they can close this game out now, something that the Warriors were unable to do. Flegler up to halfway. 3 tackles left. The Warriors may get 2 tackles. At most, they'll get 2 tackles. Plath goes up the middle, 40 meters out. 1.5 minutes remaining. Marshall King for the hammer. 5th and last. The Warriors will get a couple of tackles. Schneider puts the high ball up. Bostock takes it. That'll be the handover. 10 out from their own line. The Warriors have 1 minute to go the length of the field. 1 minute to go length of the field. And try and steal this game. Clark goes out the back now for Martin. Steps back inside Lemuelu, but Marshall King there, 20 meters out from their own line. They're miles away. At the very least, they've got to get themselves in 2-point field goal range. At the least. There's 30 seconds left. They should get through the set. But they've got to get themselves at least within a shot. Barnett stands in the tackle on the 30. 2 tackles left. Harris Tavita wants a runner on the inside. Pops it out the back for Taupiki, who spills it, and Schneider comes away with it. The Dolphins have won. The Dolphins win 26-24. 8 in a row for this Dolphins team. And you just can't believe how the Wires have balls this up. You just can't believe it. They had it in their grasp. Eight in a row for the Dolphins. 26-24. What a game, though. What a game. Finals footy has come early. The Dolphins are now equal on points with the Warriors on the live ladder. Warriors stay ahead with 4 and against. Jermaine Asako with the conversion to win the game. 26-24 Dolphins. Wow. Smiles all around for the Dolphins. Consecutive games decided by 4 or less. Dolphins versus Warriors. 6 games in a row decided by 4 or less. Oh, boy. What a game. The Warriors just couldn't hold their nerve. They got the lead. The Dolphins went short with the kickoff. Pompey couldn't claim the ball. It opened up. And there they go. The Dolphins, 26-24 winners. Waste to Water Sports crew, thank you so much for joining us for this one. We'll be back in half an hour. Cowboys versus the Panthers. And then the big one, the main event of the evening, the Battle of Brookvale. Manly versus the Melbourne Storm. Should be another cracking contest, that one. That's another finals game. I know that Melbourne are down in 12th, I think, at the moment. But trust me, the Melbourne Storm are playing finals footy this year. Maybe not in the top 4, which is where we're used to seeing them. But Melbourne will absolutely be in the top 8. This is another potential finals game. Manly versus the Storm. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they meet each other in an elimination final in week 1. So this could be another finals preview coming up. The Cowboys-Panthers game, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for the Panthers. I expect them to win. I do expect them to win. But the Cowboys just have that sort of unstructured second phase play that could disrupt the Panthers. We got so close, by the way, to Golden Point. Remember I said last night, Golden Point for this one. We got so close. It was just that missed conversion. That's ultimately what it came down to. Missed conversion to make it 26-24. All right. Waste to Water Sports crew. We'll be back in about half an hour. Cowboys versus the Panthers. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. Much appreciated. We'll catch you very, very soon for Cowboys, Panthers coming up. And then Manly versus Storm. Catch you soon.